Hey everybody, welcome back to Stream. It is Thursday. It is the last day of the week for a reaction stream. I hope you've had a good week. It's been a wonderful week of edits. We have 5 more amazing edits today. Looking forward to it. At this point, I trust the ToddReacts.com members to pick amazing edits, and I have not been let down. So that's pretty amazing. One thing I want to talk about before we hop into it today, the interview process. I'm currently interviewing for positions. The interview process is broken. I had this one experience where mostly nowadays you get a phone interview the first round, or maybe like a Zoom interview, which is really nice because you get to see the other person and interact. Phone is disconnected in a way, but Zoom, you can actually see the person and it's much easier to not talk over each other, which is always awkward on the phone. But I had this one position invite me in for an in-person interview with 3 people, which that's a whole other issue. When you, the first time you meet somebody in whatever department or company, whatever, you're meeting multiple people at the same time, and they're just rapid fire questioning you on just random things. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And, you know, the first round of interviews should definitely be about the position itself, what it is, you know, what you bring to the table. It should not be these philosophical questions of where do you see yourself in 5 years? You know, if you were presented with this kind of situation, how would you manage? Have you worked in a diverse working environment? Like, yes, I've been an adult. Like, what? Like, what are you expecting here? Everybody has worked in a diverse working environment. If you haven't, you probably haven't been employed. Like, come on now. Oh, gosh. So this one experience, I got called to come into the office first round. And it was 3 people, so I had to pay for the gas to get there. And then I had to pay for parking while I was there. Didn't get the parking comped. Went back. Never heard from him again. Never. I feel like I just got robbed. I had to pay for the transportation. My time is pay. And then I had to pay for parking, which was not cheap. It was like $10. It's like, what the hell? How are you inviting someone to your office and not picking up the parking tab during an interview process? I literally paid to get ghosted, basically. I paid to get ghosted. Like, what? That is just, well, to me, it screams unprofessional. Like, you should be not doing that to people. If anything, hold the first round on the phone or on Zoom so it doesn't cost anything. And then you can whittle it down to the people you're actually interested in, instead of just bringing everybody in, making them all pay for parking and the gas and everything. And gas is not exactly cheap nowadays. And then you just ghost them. It's like, what? How is that professional in any way? Now, compare that to another one that I did. Yes, I paid for the gas to get there. Yes, I paid in my time to go there. But that was after 2 rounds of Zoom calls. And then they comped my parking. Parking was free. It would have cost me another $10. That's how you do it. Because I wasn't wasting my time. I was actively in the hunt for that job, as opposed to just someone they brought in off the street. It makes no sense. That entire process is just nauseating. It really is. Anyway, gripe aside, I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. That has been my life. So the videos we have today are a Shameless TikTok compilation. We also have Bridgerton. We have the Untamed. We have SPRINA from General Hospital. And we finish it off with Supergirl. 5 excellent videos. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you like it. And put the notifications on. That way you know when it posts, because it's random. These videos take forever to process through YouTube. So it takes like over an hour for these things to finally go, which is crazy. And that's not considering if, you know, something gets claimed or blocked or whatever, then I have to remove it, make it its own video. So anyway, it's kind of a hassle still, but not having to edit these as much, amazing. It has opened so much of my time. It's crazy. And I can actually do things. I can do like normal adult things. It's crazy. First video is the Shameless US version, TikTok compilation. It's been a while since I've watched anything Shameless. And I think I'm actually going to watch that show. That would be really wonderful because I've seen so many videos on it. I don't know if that'll actually be a reaction series. It probably won't. But it's been a lot of videos. I think I took a guess. I said 30, and it was 31 Shameless edits I've reacted to, which is a pretty decent amount. It's probably one of the most that I've ever reacted to. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop in. I hope you're doing well. I've said that before, and I'll say it again because life's tough. This interview process is draining me.
What? I know you are, but what am I?
Details, Carl. My baby's future depends on it.
Fine. 2 in the pink, 1 in the sting. I'll text you a pic.
Do you love free? Cause I love free and I love freeze.
My God, I haven't heard that in ages.
Cause I love free and I love freeze.
Mickey, hey, stop. Family only.
Vicky's family.
Yeah, what he's just
This
saying.
doesn't concern you, Tammy.
Yeah, none of this concerns me.
Oh, so Mickey's family, but Tammy's not family?
Very complicated interactions. Can you tell I'm sleepy? Like rubbing my eyes.
Carl! Fiona's pregnant and I want the whole family to talk her into keeping it. You in?
No, my girl, I don't know you.
Got cornrows and doesn't know how to act.
I asked for dressing.
You sure?
Positive. This dressing contains mayonnaise and I'm allergic to eggs.
I'm allergic to people with allergies. You don't hear me whining.
Excuse me? I'd like to speak to the manager.
Okay. Hi. You wanted to speak to the manager? What seems to be the problem?
You were the manager? Mm-hmm. Well, you're rude.
Okay. Oh no, are you leaving?
Yeah. And I'm never coming back.
Okay, because what I could really use are some more customers who are allergic to food. Bye.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
It could be bipolar disease like our mom.
By what? What the fuck is that?
It's manic depression, Mick.
It's like high highs followed by low lows over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Sweetheart, tell me I didn't shoot anyone. I didn't shoot anyone, right? We're all okay? Now come near my baby.
How? What?
Kevin, you're not kidding? I am so fucking sorry.
Come on, come here, me.
I swear, I'm gonna get rid of all the guns, okay?
Now that is a negligent discharge. How does that even happen?
What the fuck was that?
It's not yours, Fiona.
What the fuck is
Oh, I
wrong
know
with
how
you?
that happens. You have your finger on the trigger when you shouldn't.
All of you. She wanted to leave you something.
Trigger discipline,
That's all
folks.
she had. You don't know know anything about your mother.
She was never here.
She was a beautiful, crazy, fragile, wonderful woman.
She deserted us.
She loved us.
That was love?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, then why did she leave?
You don't know what you're talking
If she
about.
loved us so much, why wasn't she here?
She tried. She
wasn't
always
here.
tried.
She was never fucking here. She left. I was 9. 9 and taking care of you. Taking care of all of us. I was in 4th grade,
Dang.
dragging your ass, passed out, in from the yard, so you wouldn't freeze to death. Staying up all night with Ian when he had chicken pox. I washed Carl's shitty diapers. I picked lice out of Liam's hair, and I was here when Debbie got her first period, not Monica. Me. And never you. You were too fucking loaded.
Damn, Frank, you got told. Wow. You never want to have the kid raising the other kids, or especially the father. That's never good. What an interesting storyline for Fiona.
No one scares Frank Gallagher.
Oh. I love how he took the beer with him. It's like, oh, hold on.
And
Bring my beer.
Frank Gallagher, father, teacher, mentor, captain of our little ship. And me, Frank Gallagher, father, teacher, mentor, captain of our little ship.
I'm assuming the Frank Gallagher character is definitely one of love-hate. It seems like he has like warm moments, but it also seems like he's just aloof and wasted and not really present.
I could pretend to be your girlfriend at school and stuff. Then no one would ever give you a hard time.
You do that for me?
Sure. You could keep the creepy guys away from me.
Smart. That's really smart.
You know the Renegade Challenge?
Yeah, what of it?
You and me. Let's go.
To let you know, won't let you go. You should let them.
Pretty high at number 4. What are your thoughts?
Wait a minute, who's 1, 2, and 3? Middle fingers on 6, dirty land, dirty stick, bad bitches getting hit, put a nigga on a lick, rob a nigga for a brick, rob a nigga for his shit, young nigga fall out, turn it to a snitch.
It's the smile with the middle finger for me. Hi.
You okay? Are you lost? Hey! I think you lost one.
Oh no. Good God. I can't see Carl and not laugh. I've never even seen much of that character, but it's just hilarious to me.
Taking your son in for question. He didn't do the heist. I did. He didn't. He's innocent. I forced him to give me the code, didn't I, son? Tell him. Oh my God.
Wow, that was a big move. Damn. Just when you think he's a miserable drunk who never amounts to anything, he does something like that. That's really, that was a boss move.
Stranger.
I saw Labyrinth in concert. Pretty amazing. Was that the end? It's just frozen. Yes, that was the end. Link down below in the description on YouTube for the original video. Go throw it some love. Obviously, that is the compilation. It's not the actual TikTok creators, but thankfully, they've included the TikTok creators at the end of each of those clips. So I do appreciate that. I always like to attribute and have the links available for the people that put in the time and the effort into these edits. Because, I mean, they're stunning. They're, you know, many a times it should be retweeted, well, I guess it's not tweeted anymore. It's posted, reposted. I don't even know the TikTok jargon for that. Reposted, whatever. As the official shows like PR. I mean, what more do you need? That is free advertising, basically, as far as they're concerned. They might as well embrace it and not only give people credit, you know, it helps boost them, it helps boost the show. It just makes sense. I don't know why it's not embraced more, but it is what it is, I suppose. Amazing edits, always amazing on TikTok. I don't know how they do it. I've tried TikTok, and I just saw it as another avenue for work and doing things I just don't have the time to do. So, yeah, gosh, I was invited via email to join this creator thing on TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Maybe I'll give it a try. I've never really looked at TikTok. And then I just thought about it for a second after I posted the video, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to have to take these big videos, condense it into a couple seconds, and then upload those. How much time is that adding to my day? It's just like, nope. If you were only doing TikTok and edits for TikTok, completely different, because then that's your whole hustle. But adding on and on and on and on, like all the social medias, onto your already busy plate is wild to me. There is just no way. But Shameless, I do want to watch it. As I said before, I've watched, well, I guess that's the 32nd reaction to a Shameless video. Amazing. The characters are all awful and redeemable in their own way. So I've gathered. Frank is a complicated one because you just want to hate Frank for, you know, being the way he is, having that disease, not really accepting a lot of responsibilities, it seems. But then he does something like taking the fall for the robbery or whatever that was. And he, you know, he had some sweet moments in some of these edits, and I'm just like, dang, you know, it's very love-hate. You know, people are very gray area. Very few people are just black and white, like bad or good or, you know, redeemable or condemnable. So he seems like the perfect encapsulation of what that show seems like, which is very gritty, loving in its own unique way, is probably what I'll say to it. It's very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a show quite like that. It definitely seems like, and it lasted so many seasons. I want to see some public reaction to this. Let me look that up real quick. 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 82% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. Yeah. It is widely regarded as an amazing show. And it covers a lot of interesting topics, too, that people get into, you know, whether it's disorders or, you know, alcoholism, domestic abuse, etc. Like, it just kind of covers everything that you could possibly cover in, like, a family setting or, like, a romantic setting. And I think that's really admirable. That's one of the things I really loved about Boy Meets World, is that, you know, Mr. Feeney and whatnot, they would go through some of the craziest situations, and then Mr. Feeney would be there at the end and just kind of give this life lesson about it. And it always wrapped it up nicely, a nice little bow on it. It's really wonderful. There's 11 seasons of Shameless. Holy cow. Each season is 12 episodes. That's the sign of a really good show. If it goes all the way through, number one, it went past 10 seasons, which is huge. But the fact that every season had the same amount of episodes and it never dipped, which is a telltale sign of, oop, the audience is dipping. Let's not give them more money. Let's not give them the same money. Let's, you know, cut their episodes. They're not worth the airtime, etc. So that is a really good sign. Gosh, when did this start? It started in 2011. So it started right when I was ending college or university. No wonder I didn't see it. No wonder. This might be one of the only times a remake of a British series was actually any good. Because Skins, the US version, tragic. Awful. Awful. I saw Skins UK, the entire series. I've watched it twice, all the way through. It's fantastic. The US version was god-awful. It was on MTV. It had none of the fun stuff. It was almost like a PG version of it. What else? Oh, The Office. Actually, The Office was probably a really, well, now that I think about it, Shameless and The Office were great US versions of British shows. But Skins really missed the mark. I've probably seen, let's see, who has starred in most of the edits I've watched? Probably, I mean, it's got to be Ian and Mickey, for sure. So that's got to be the favorite duo of, or couple of Shameless. I haven't seen much of Lip, honestly. And Carl I've seen very little of. Maybe one video, if that. Or maybe he's just been in videos that I've reacted to. That's about it. Mostly it's Ian and Mickey. A little bit of Fiona. A little bit of Frank. Never Carl. Seems like a really good show. I'm looking forward to checking it out on a more in-depth. Actually going to watch episodes of it. That should be interesting. That'll give me a whole new perspective on these edits, for sure. Gosh, I am forever jealous of the TikTok editors because I can't do any of that. I haven't tried to do any of that, but just from seeing my catalog of videos, I just can't do that. Maybe, you know what? I'll give myself this. I was putting out so many videos every day that I just didn't have the time to put effort into every edit, where I just basically tried to make it as efficient as humanly possible because I was literally putting out 2 videos a day, every day, for a while. I'll give myself some credit, some leniency. Next up is the Bridgertons Being Idiots Season 2 edition. You know what's funny? I saw a post of Bridgerton, and just by seeing the characters, I knew that it was Season 2. And I've never seen Season 2. I've never seen Season 1. But I knew just from some edits that, oh, that's Season 2. Isn't that amazing? Gosh, I'm being edumacated. So this is Bridgerton's Being Idiots Season 2. Let's go.
That's Daphne, thank goodness you're here.
She's requested time.
We do not have time. Stand back.
No offense, sister, but I believe you are the last person she would like to see.
And what is that supposed to
Are we sure she's even in there? Of course she is in there.
Where else would she be?
Climb through the window, escape through the chimney.
Quiet. She may hear
Do you
you.
realise I left my husband and child at home for this?
I told everyone this would happen. Now we're to be late for the Queen.
I hear something.
If one of you utters a single word, this gets over with.
Now let us see it.
No.
She's practically melting.
Yeah, allow me.
Literally me in the summer. Oh my gosh. When you move closer to the equator, it takes years to get used to that. It is crazy. You would just walk outside and you're just instantly like, nope, I'm going back in.
I've seen enough.
But Your Majesty, there's still...
I have
Me
seen
too.
enough.
Me too.
Does this mean I can go? I do not know what this means.
Eloise.
One and two. 1 and 2.
I do not think she's very good.
I believe she can hear you.
Can hear you. Ow! Watch my feet.
Might be done.
If you are to catch the Queen's eye after this morning's interruption, then you must be perfection. I believe it was the interruption that was perfection.
Shocking that Eloise Bridgerton was not named this season Diamond. Was it not?
Was anyone else aware that dear Colin has apparently decided to add Albania or some such place to his itinerary as he gads about the world?
Did someone catch your eye at the presentation, brother?
I thought all of the young ladies looked beautiful.
Not particularly, and all the young ladies look the same, like young ladies. I should simply like to be prepared for when the opportunity presents itself.
The opportunity?
I've already compiled an index of the season's eligible misses and have arranged interviews.
Interviews?
Wow.
Dearest, I shall be more than happy to give you my ring when you find someone with whom you are very much in love.
To be fair, the whole process is basically an interview. You're interviewing someone, whether they're compatible with you, whether they're going to be around for long, whether you want them to be around for long.
Besides, it is in safekeeping at Aubrey Hall.
Very well.
See that he is quite well.
Me? I'm not in need of coddling. I assure you all, everything is in order. Stop fussing with your dress.
You look lovely, dear. I look like a prize calf trussed up for auction. Even Daphne felt most apprehensive at her first official ball, and look how well her season turned out.
Come, sister. The cakes at these occasions are surprisingly good.
The tidying of dogs.
Yes. Perhaps you have a friend who finds the subject interesting.
Mother, are you quite well?
No, she is not. The mallet of death.
Or would you look at that, brother?
Is this yours?
Oh, no. You're welcome to it. You near threatened to beat me the last time I touched that.
You exaggerate.
Oh, are you the superstitious sort? I know some men cannot perform without their familiar tools. Like a child with a blanket.
Oh.
I can play perfectly well with any mallet. I wish you the best of luck.
Are we to stand around deliberating all day, or shall we play?
Oh, no.
Combat.
You still up? Oh, well, you may wish to bathe before you see Mother in the morning.
It's magical, brother. You're right. Oh, I've allowed my doubts to play me for too long. The Royal Academy School's not the arbiters of taste. The world is.
You are a fat wit.
The Royal Schools have accepted me as a student. I got in!
I thought they were not the arbiters of taste.
There must be great promise in my work. Oh, my! You shall all bear witness to my talent!
It's the middle of the night.
What of us, brother? Should we also be polished and braided for the big day?
We will all be on display. Perhaps you might even scrub your hands for the occasion.
I've been occupied at the academy.
What about Miss Edwina's sister?
What about her?
Will she come to live with us too?
Oh, I do hope so. It will be a boon to have another intelligent woman in the house.
Another? You're overcounting.
I am attending a lecture this afternoon. Flower arranging. Penelope's mamma is forcing her to go, and you've wanted me to find more ladylike pursuits.
For how long have you cared about flower arranging?
I'm an open-minded woman. I can care about many things. He's taken my ribbon. I've done you a service. Do not chase each other, or, well, perhaps do not catch each other. You must look presentable. Why does no one truly seem ready for this wedding? Mrs. Wilson?
Oh, Mother, please, not so loud.
Whatever you have done to your brother, undo it. The other evening, or perhaps some even greater issue has come to pass that we must discuss, Anthony.
Miss Edwina is merely agitated.
Gosh,
she will come to
coughing,
her
I'm
senses.
sneezing.
Miss
What's happening?
Edwina does seem to have a delicate constitution. Perhaps some fresh air will be just the thing.
Perhaps the Archbishop's talk of lifelong covenants overwhelmed her. Perhaps Miss Edwina realised that marriage is in fact a prison for women.
Oh, must you always be so... you?
How else should I be? Married and silent.
Perhaps she decided she must change into a different dress.
That is absurd. She looked beautiful.
Perhaps we should allow Anthony a little respite. Brother, is that what you need?
Precisely.
What? You know something.
I do not.
Daphne, you may be a duchess, but you are still my daughter. Tell me what you know. Where is your brother? He should be here by now.
Perhaps he's still waiting at the altar for Miss Edwina.
There will be no mockery today.
She mocks me incessantly.
Are we not overlooking the benefit of this tragedy?
Leftover cake.
And you wonder why I mocked you.
Brother! How good of you to join us.
Now, I think it a pleasant morning for a promenade.
Aww.
Together, united
Promenade.
as the most respectable family that we still very much are.
Respectable.
Embrace this theme of harmony.
Hyacinth?
Yes, brother?
Come down here and do me the honour.
If she gets to dance, so do I.
Come, show this dowager the benefit of all these lessons I hear you've been taking, Mr. Bridgerton.
He is much better than me, I will say.
Something lively. Country dance, perhaps.
It does seem like dancing was more of a thing back then, doesn't it? And now you're all sweaty, but you're dressed in like 80 layers of clothes with no air conditioning, by the way. None. I just hope it's winter. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original edit. Go throw out some love. Yeah, that's, oh gosh. That's the one thing I always think of when I'm thinking about these old period pieces, is I'm just looking at people and I'm like, how are you wearing all that in summer? Like, it's gotta be warm. It has to be warm. And one of the things that drives me nuts in watching the original Great Gatsby with Robert Redford, they are just constantly sweating. Just constantly sweating because they have all this on, wool suit, you know, whatever. And it is summertime. And they open all those windows to get the air, but it's like hot air. Like, that's not any better. Come on. That drives me nuts because they're constantly sweating. And I'm like, ugh, how do you live like that? I get it. It's a thing and you probably get used to it, but dang. I've had air conditioning too much in my life where I look at it and I go, nope. Nope. I love watching those period pieces because it's such a way of life that I've never lived, and certainly you probably haven't either, where it's a lot of, well, it's a high society, okay? There was a lot of people, normal people, in those time periods that were not having a great time, obviously. But the high society part of it, you had to know how to dance, multiple dances. They would have huge, like, dancing parties. But then you also had to be able to do one-on-one, like, conversations and make yourself look good, your family look good. Lots of pressure. You're talking to statesmen, you're talking to, whatever, you're courting. It's just a lot. It is a lot that you had to get right. And the dinner, you had to know the etiquette, the proper way to eat, the proper way to handle yourself at the table, all the different utensils, everything. It's a lot. I can't imagine the amount of pressure that would be. Because, we obviously have get-togethers and, we've been to parties and whatnot. It is never that pressure-filled. Like there's, especially in college parties or university parties, people are in blue jeans and, maybe a collared shirt or maybe a dress or maybe just leggings, shorts. It's just very subdued. It's not very prim and proper, if you will. Like there's no three-piece suit. There's no jewels and tiaras and whatnot. It is very laid back. And there's no eating involved. And if there is eating involved, nobody's watching your etiquette. That's just not a thing. Boy, and if you go to a restaurant nowadays, you see a lot of interesting things. I guess I saw a post where it was making fun of, somebody was saying something like, oh, do this when you're eating. It was like an etiquette coach. I don't know if you've ever seen those, where they try to teach you the ways of, proper eating and how to conduct yourself at the table to not look crass or whatever. And the comments were just brutal. Like they were just ripping into this dude so hard for being a tryhard and, nobody eats like that. And you're from years past. Nobody, that's not today. Just an incredible amount of like vitriol and hate and venom. I felt so bad for that guy. I felt terrible for him. But it is very the thing of the past. Although some etiquette rules still kind of exist. Like you should know that, you start from the outside of the silverware and work your way in, because there are restaurants that still kind of do that stuff. And it is handy to know. But a lot of things like, never bend down, always bring the spoon up to your mouth. And it's just like, all right, that's tricky because all it takes is one and then you got soup going into your lap, But there's a lot of rules there where most people just probably don't know at this point. Most of us, almost all of us, I'll venture to say, are not in high society. So we don't have to really go that way. But I'm assuming even people in high society in current era don't actually perform like that. Like, I'm assuming it's very rare that they hire like an etiquette coach, but they still exist. So somebody's hiring them, right? Gotta be. Gosh, it's interesting how people acted back then versus how they act now. Hey, what's up, Rin? Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yeah, it is very interesting. And it's kind of, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's one of those reasons why I like period pieces, because I'm seeing things that I don't see in regular life. And that we just don't do that. It's a totally different way of living. And I am so glad we have air conditioning. Because I can't handle watching that much fabric be on people, and just the fact that it's summer, they're running around. I'm like, what are you doing? No, you're fine. You're fine. Thanks for being here. All right, next on the list, Bridgerton. Fantastic. The Bridgertons definitely seem like the comedic element of the show. I don't know if other families or people are. I'm assuming there are. I'm sure the Bridgertons aren't the only funny people on the show, but it definitely seems like that comedic relief. Yeah, I'm looking at... Yeah, I don't want to get into spoilers. I've spoiled myself enough on this. Next on the list is the Untamed Dynasty. It's a music video. I'm pretty sure we just did a Dynasty video, the song for the Untamed, but I think it was the Donghua version. So this is the live action version. So it should be interesting. This is based on... sorry about that. Dang. I don't know what's going on. It's like my body's like, no, you should be sleeping still. We're not going to work. We're not going to work for a couple more hours. Anyway, let's hop into this. Get this going. I think I have it set up correctly.
我保护她，应该不会出事的。这是给温宁防身用的。我也希望这个符咒能够帮到她。
Some days it's hard to see. If I was a fool or you, I think
必须要救她。
made it through the maze to
蓝湛，
find my one in a million. And now you're just a page torn from the story I'm living. And all I gave you is gold.
Gosh, I have flashbacks to this song. I can't remember which one it was, but one of the videos, it just looped this song for like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, Lord. Wow, that is a lot of death and destruction. Literally crying out for mommy. I can't blame him. I've never been in that situation. I'd probably do the same.
你的剑。 你杀了谁？
You know what's wild is if you put that in today's situation, that would literally be like somebody throwing a gun at you and being like, your gun.
你知不知道你杀了谁？ 师姐，我们都到了。
This probably isn't said enough, but the fabrics of their costume is just amazing. Like, I've never seen anything like that. Then again, my style isn't exactly amazing.
不要！
Scenery looks amazing. I agree. Cinematography looks amazing as well.
We 难道真的是？这16年来一直在找。你说过，将来我做家长，就做你的下属，就像你爹和我爹一样。对不起，我食言。下辈子我们俩还做兄弟，好不好？
The fact that they had to skate around this gay romance, but they did it in such an unbelievable way to make it believable, and to paint the picture without actually painting the picture is amazing to me. That is quite the feat. It's really impressive. It's one of the things I've noticed most about watching Untamed clips and whatnot, is the fact that they were able to tell the story without actually telling the story. It's very tongue-in-cheek. And that's really impressive. It's terrible that it has to be that way, unfortunately, but it is what it is, I suppose. As the years go by, maybe things will change and they won't have to hide it as much, but just have to do what you gotta do, right? It's better to put out the story than to keep it secret. So you gotta do what I do, like how they basically like winked and nodded at the audience through a lot of this. It's very amazing. Yeah, the scenery looks good. The as I said, the costumes, unbelievable. Prop department. But yeah, that's very funny that so many people had swords back then. Obviously, not everybody had swords or carried a sword, but it was definitely more part of the culture. You imagine seeing someone carrying a sword into a store nowadays? You'd be like, what? What is happening there? At any moment, you could just take on an army. That's pretty impressive. The willingness to search and look for someone for, I think it said 16 years. That's unbelievable. That is a level of commitment all of us could hope for. We're all just trying to find someone that would spend 16 years looking for us. All right? It's hard to do. Hopefully we all find that. Gosh. If I saw that, I'd wonder if it was Halloween or... Yeah, exactly. It would be very odd. It'd be very shocking, I think. Gosh. I don't even know what I would do. I'd probably just look at it and be like, okay. All right. Maybe it's plastic. Maybe it's not. I have no idea. A lot of times when people have those like samurai swords, they're usually just dull. But, oh my gosh. The Untamed is a wonderful show from what I can tell. Lots of story. You know what? I literally, yesterday we watched that Till the End of the Moon edit. I've still been thinking about that. Isn't that crazy? That has stayed with me. That had staying power, which is unbelievable. And it's not just because it was almost 30 minutes long, but just everything about it was unbelievable. To me, it was like the Untamed with maybe a bigger budget or something. Like it seemed like so much more went into like the effects and stuff like that. It was very beautiful. And such an interesting concept of a story. Gosh. This is the kind of stuff that I wish Hollywood would produce. Very interesting, never seen it before. Original, based off, other mediums, books, plays, whatever. I'm going to watch it tonight. It was so good. Yeah, absolutely. Let me know how it goes. I'm sure that'll be fascinating. It's got to be. It's got to be amazing. There's no way that edit was crafted in such a way to make it look mind-blowing and then the show is actually dull. Like, there's no way. That happens a lot with these edits, is that, you can kind of make it the show whatever you want it to be. Like, that happened originally with the Vampire Diaries, where it made, oh gosh. Can I even remember the names? It was one of the first videos I did that was requested. It was Bonnie and Kai or whatever. It made them look like a romantic couple, which apparently, based on the comments, they were not. They definitely were not. And I watched the edit and I was just like, oh, they look so great. That must be a wonderful relationship and da-da-da-da. And then I looked at the comments and everyone's just like, no. No. I was like, oh, okay. I get it. You can make these edits however you want. You can totally adapt the show how you want it. Oh yeah, I remember that. Definitely not a couple. Yeah, no, I know that now. That was unbelievable. I got hoodwinked on that one. Just completely surprised. Oh gosh. I'll always go back to that as just a gentle reminder of, hey, what you see in these edits might not be reality. Oh gosh. That is such a great song, and it fits that so well. That edit, that show. And I'm so glad it wasn't on repeat. That was wild. Oh my gosh. I really wish more shows looked that good. I do love a good sitcom, you know, a family sitcom or whatever. But to have a show be that fantastical, maybe I just really love fantasy shows. You know, I loved Game of Thrones. It had all the elements I was looking for, which isn't really difficult. It had dragons. It had, you know, some sort of political theater. It had, you know, crazy violence, epic battles, although the ending was completely rushed and awful. But leading up to it, it was very good. All right, the fourth video is Spencer and Trina from General Hospital, a couple that I've been introduced to via the requests on ToddReacts.com. Before we hop into that, let's go ahead and hit an ad real quick. It's not really an ad. It's my own ad. Isn't that amazing? I made it myself. Spencer and Trina, General Hospital, or SPRINA, is the ship name. The only reason. Like I said, I was introduced to this couple. I've never seen General Hospital. I don't even think I passed it going through channels when I was younger. Or maybe I did, and I just don't know. I never really looked at the titles of all of the shows I skipped by. But very interesting couple. You can tell it has captured the hearts and minds of quite a few people. There's a big, big fan base for this couple. And I get it. They are wonderful. It's got intrigue. It's got that family element. You know, he's a prince. He's royal. And it's very much the couple that the family didn't want, but they're going with it anyway. It's very interesting. I always love those stories because it's like, you know what, family? Take that. Let people love who they love, dang it.
In springtime, against the golden skyline, you spoke to me at last. It started out intensely.
This video has no reason to be this sensual.
I'm sure I knew the only reason God gave me eyes was to see you. The only reason God gave me ears was to hear your voice say I will know.
It's got to be the filter with the song. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I should light some candles, you know, just to watch this.
We shared our dreams, endeavors, and many things we never could tell us so before. I saw you smile to the floor. And sure I knew the only reason God gave me hands was to hold you. And he finally tuned the drums of my ear.
You know what I'm noticing is this is a very high society kind of thing. Bridgerton's obviously a high society kind of thing. There's a lot of intrigue in these couples that have money or status or fame or whatever. And I think that's what makes Shameless so relatable for a lot of people, is it doesn't showcase the best of the best. It showcases real, which is interesting. I'm just kind of noticing these things.
Just to hear your voice say I will love.
Obviously, what's relatable here is we all want to love like that, right?
Always love you. And when the wind gets cold, I'll build a fire to warm your hands. I'll wrap my arms around you, and I won't let shadows scare you in the stillness of the night. I'll be the cooling voice that tells you everything's alright. And when darkness tries to drag you down,
Maybe not to the Shameless extent, right? There's a lot of things in Shameless definitely don't want.
I'll help you find it, and I will love.
And there's a lot of Shameless that's not relatable to me. I know it relates for a lot of people.
And when the wind gets cold,
But very much like the period pieces, I would watch it because it's a depiction of life. A realistic life. Falling in love with a prince and having this wonderful romance. Less realistic. But it's idealistic for sure.
I'll build a fire to warm your hands. I'll wrap my arms around you.
All right, now we got that scene. Now we got that scene with that music and the filters. Good grief. Whoo! Who needs a cigarette? Oh my gosh. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. I would put it in the Twitch description, but they can't do links here for some reason. I don't know why. You've never fallen in love with a prince? I'm shocked. I can't say I ever have. I can't say I ever have. Although I have watched about 80 billion of those. A Prince for Christmas. A Christmas with a Prince. A Royal Christmas. You know. Christmas Princess. Princess at Christmas. I've watched about 80 billion of those. They're all completely unrealistic and cheesy, but you know what? It's good. It's good, clean fun. It's entertaining. It's the same reason why people watch The Notebook, you know. Is it realistic? Maybe for 0.01% of the population, but we all strive to have something as, you know, wonderful as somebody to grow old with, somebody to read your life to you when you have Alzheimer's or whatever, dementia, and you come back to them just for a split second, and they do it every single day just for that one moment. Like, obviously, we would all love to have something like that. But is it realistic? Maybe. Maybe for 0.01%. SPRINA. That's what I was thinking about. SPRINA. Amazing edit. It is, yeah, I mean, it's something that we all look for. Maybe not all the family drama. That's not great. But I think that's kind of a given. I don't know if there's a family out there that doesn't have opinions on who joins the family, quote unquote. It's too bad when it really gets in the way of family life and relationships. But I think there's always going to be judgment. We always judge. And I love people saying, "Oh, no judgment, I don't judge people." It's like, no, you do. You do at a subconscious level. It happens. We're humans. It's instinct. We all do it. But you would hope that judgment or that instinct wouldn't come in between, siblings or parents and their kids, whatever. But yeah, it is a fairy tale, SPRINA. It is a fairy tale, and it definitely seems like they're colliding towards marriage very quickly. Certainly, its main purpose is probably to bring in a younger audience to General Hospital, and I think that's smart. I don't know the average age of a viewer of General Hospital, but I think that's really smart for them to continually introduce newer couples, younger couples, just try to grab as much of that key demographic. It's like what, 18 to 35, 18 to 25, something like that. The key demographic that everybody wants, all the companies, all the shows, which is weird because at 18, I had no buying power at all. It's like, what? I guess maybe you're trying to hook them early so they get addicted to whatever you're selling. But I never understood that. At 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, even at 25, I had no buying power. So it makes no sense to me that that's the key demographic. I guess because we just get super into things, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, SPRINA, very, very much the fairy tale couple. And I do think they will get married here soon. But the problem is it's a soap opera. It's a soap drama, whichever way it goes. So the writers are going to get into some crazy stuff with them. Whether that means they break up, whether that means there's like a cheating scandal, whether that means somebody dies, who knows? But something is going to happen because they can't just have this fairy tale that goes on forever and, everybody lives happily ever after. Something will happen. There will be a curveball coming, and I don't think people are going to see it coming or don't want it to come. Writers love to make happy couples sad. Absolutely. Absolutely they do. And that's one thing about the Untamed. That's one thing about Game of Thrones. Nobody's really safe because they know people watch the show or they pick the episodes that SPRINA are in and the viewership goes up because they're in it. They know that. So there's nothing they would love more probably than to just throw a frickin' wrench into that and really drive people mad. But they're not going to do it so much to the point where they lose the audience, but they'll do it enough to like tease the audience for sure. For sure. I'm expecting something. It seems like, well, okay. The edits I've watched are very rose-tinted glasses. Obviously, it's very uplifting. It's very, positive. I'm sure there's been huge negatives surrounding them in one way or another. But I got this feeling something's coming. Something's coming. People are going to be distraught. They're going to be devastated, and something's going to happen. I just have this feeling. I don't know if it's going to be accurate, but be careful. Be careful out there. Next on the list is Kara and Alex. Find My Way Back to You. It's from the show Supergirl. It's been a while since I've seen anything Supergirl. I'm trying to think. It's been probably over a month, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. So Kara and Alex are siblings, which is always interesting. Easy aspect of any show. Just write in a couple siblings. That's instant connection. That's instant, partners in crime, I guess you could say. You love Supergirl? Nice. Yeah, it seems to have a really active fan base. I mean, how long did it last? Is it still going on? Rotten Tomatoes, 88%. IMDb, 6.2. Why is IMDb always under Rotten Tomatoes? Either the people on IMDb are very harsh critics, or Rotten Tomatoes is too easy. Google users, 75% like the show. Oh, it went on for quite a few seasons, actually. The top rated episode was season 3. That's excellent. The fact that you can have a top rated episode in season 3. That's wonderful. It tells me the writers didn't jump ship after the first season. Six seasons. I mean, that's pretty good, for sure. Considering stations and channels are so quick to cancel. 6 seasons is pretty amazing. Let's see, how many episodes in the 6th season? First season had 20. It went all the way up to 23 in the 3rd season, and then went back down to 20 in the last season. That's pretty good. It went all the way through. Yeah, that's amazing. That tells me the audience really didn't dip too much, where the studio was like, oh, let's shorten the season. 8 episodes. All right, let's hop into it. See what it's all about, these siblings.
Relying on me. She has always relied on me. Ever since you sent her here. I'm sure you had hoped that she would find people that would take care of her, who would love her like she was their own. I did.
One step closer.
Little taste of home.
To the light.
You should go.
No matter where
I'm trying to protect you.
going,
But I need you.
I'll be by your side.
Always.
And
I need your
everything we used to know crashed into the grave.
As more than
No,
Kate.
one
Like I
step
have in you.
closer.
More than anyone
Gonna
else.
be alright. 'Cause even underneath the waves,
Get out of here, it's a trap! You're my family. She's my sister. We have never been sisters. We don't share blood. Are you okay? Are you alright?
Oh my gosh. She must have been mad, because that is a low blow. That is very low.
tear us apart.
Sorry, I was late. Oh, you were right on time. Go, train.
I'll find my way back to you.
Tell her the truth. That your entire career, everything you've ever done in your life, it's all been to protect me.
Isn't it red kryptonite with Superman that like makes him evil or like mean? Does that affect Supergirl as well?
You really better put that away.
And yes, I am that ignorant. I don't know.
You don't have to.
It does? Okay.
Tell me how to help my little sister. I got you.
Say goodbye to your sister.
If I say goodbye, I'm now leaving.
It's up to her now. I still believe. 'Cause even underneath the waves,
It's better to we're more together. Me too. I didn't want to be abandoned again. We'll never abandon you. I don't know what I would do if you were disappointed in me. I would never be disappointed in you.
distance could ever tear us apart.
You're Supergirl's hero, and I don't want her to see you as anything other than that.
You're free with us? Always. You okay?
I'll find my way back to you.
You were the only reason I've ever felt at home on this planet. I love you,
Back into the dark to chase your heart.
but everything good I did And I need my sister. I will always need you. And I will do what I have to protect us. It came from you being my sister. You always had the heart of a hero. Way before you put on my mask. You can do this. No thinking, just hugging. I felt you sipping wood or not. Ever. I know what you're gonna say. I should have waited for you. No, I was gonna say you should have waited for me, dummy. I love you too.
I'll find my way back to you.
I realized that I belong here with you.
I'll find my way back.
Wow, that was really, really sweet, adorable. Oh, gosh, right in the feels. Great song choice for that as well. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. Wow. Absolute wow. It is hard to replicate one of my favorite sibling duos. Yeah, unbelievable. The fact that, number one, they don't share blood. Number two, they're not even the same species. like she is an alien from a far off place. And she's still able to have an incredible relationship with somebody like that. That's unbelievable. Siblingship is that a word? Did I just make that up? Siblingship? It might be a word. It sounds good, right? Siblingship, I'm just going to use it, whatever, is very hard to replicate. Some folks can through friendship, Friendsgiving and all that stuff. But there's something, I don't know, it's hard to describe. I have two older brothers. It's just very hard to describe. Like, you're just connected in this unbelievable way of sharing parents. And that kind of trumps everything to the point of, like, I don't know exactly how you would replicate that perfectly with a friend. Because friendship can end pretty quick, but sibling is like forever. It's a life sentence, right? Not in a bad way, but it's a life sentence. You are always connected by that. Like, no one else has known you as long as your sibling has, other than your parents. So it's such a strong connection. It's such an easy plot device to put into a show, especially for Supergirl, who needs that human connection in order to stay and want to protect Earth. And they do it very well. That was a very good edit, number one. Number two, they seemed absolutely connected in a sibling way, like they were related. And obviously they were raised by the same parents, so it makes sense, right? You get taught the same things, you get, the same kind of upbringing. Gosh, what a... I love when I watch these videos because it just makes me think of my brothers. Definitely they feel like actual siblings when you're watching. Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that, well, okay, Supergirl is going through a lot of traumatic things, obviously, being a superhero. So to have someone with you that supports you in that way, and you can bounce ideas off of, you can download your terrible day to them, venting, I guess you could call it. You could vent your terrible day to them. They understand. They know who you are. That would be absolutely invaluable. Is it trauma bonding? A little bit, I guess. If they're also going through quite a bit of trauma in the experience, which it seemed like. Supergirl literally just said, "Get out of here, it's a trap." So obviously they're partnering on some of this stuff. I don't know how much. But yeah, to have someone that close to you go through that with you probably helps a lot. Let me just read something about Supergirl, because it's been a while and I don't really remember some of the plot point. Hold on, let me bring it up here real quick. Let's see. Okay, I got it. Supergirl is a costume superheroine who is Superman's cousin and one of the last surviving Kryptonians from the planet Krypton. Starting with its second season, the show is retroactively established to be set in the Arrowverse, sharing continuity with the other television series of the franchise. That's super cool. I love the fact that CW did that. I will, to this day, go down swinging saying that Netflix's Marvel series, all the different series, and the fact that they brought them together, I forget what that was called, was one of the greatest superhero universes I think I've ever seen. I mean, those shows were all great. Obviously, some were better than others. I really liked, oh my gosh, I really liked The Punisher. That was so good. So good. Oh gosh. It still irks me to not see that show being made. Oh gosh. That should have had like 10 seasons. Good grief. I love Daredevil. Daredevil was great too. Oh, they were so good. And for me, I was so over, and I still am, over the superhero movies that are just coming out rapid succession, and they're rushing them to the point of them not being good, to me at least. And I was done. I was oversaturated. Okay, let's take a break. And those came out, and it was such a breath of fresh air. It was unbelievable. New characters, well done series. I mean, yeah, they look kind of cheesy from time to time with like the choreography, but they don't have a lot of time and budget. But most of them were just stunning, and the stories were great. When I was a child, my planet Krypton was dying. I was sent to Earth to protect my cousin, but my pod got knocked off course, and by the time I got here, my cousin had already grown up to become Superman. And so I hid my powers until recently when an accident forced me to reveal myself to the world. To most people, I am an assistant at Catco Worldwide Media. Catco. But in secret, I work with my adoptive sister for the DEO to protect my city from alien life and anyone else that means to cause harm. I am Supergirl. Okay, so she does work with her sister quite a lot, which is great. I mean, what more would you want? You got your own sibling going through some of that stuff. Obviously, not in the same realm. Your sibling is definitely human and can definitely get hurt during all of that. But yeah, to have someone you love or have a strong relationship with going through that with you, that's got to be worth everything. Yeah, gosh, I miss Daredevil too. Oh, gosh. I'll never get over that. Dang you, streaming services. How could you take that away? Disney Plus. Gosh, it's like we gave up cable, right? Gave up cable. Some people still have it, obviously. But cable mostly went away for a lot of younger folks. And then they just completely ruined it by hyper segmenting themselves to the point of, no, that's our show. You can't have it on your platform. You got to get ours. And now there's like 80 different services you'd have to get to watch all the shows you enjoy. It's crazy. And it makes a lot of people probably who weren't thinking about it sail the high seas, if you know what I mean. And the prices keep going up, which is just wonderful. Just wonderful. In the first season, Kara is forced to reveal her powers and she becomes National City's protector. In the process, she discovers that hundreds of the criminals her mother imprisoned are hiding on Earth, including her aunt Astra and her husband Nan. Kara works with her adoptive sister Alex Danvers, to fight these criminals alongside the Green Martian John's, her cousin's friend, James Olsen, and tech genius Win Shot. Definitely feel like it'd be a lot better just to do cable again, at least for some things. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I was like, you know what? Depending on the amount of streaming services you sign up for and how interested you are in those shows, cable might be the better option, which is crazy to say. Because most cables have on-demand video. I signed up for, I really like American college football a lot. So I signed up for YouTube TV for a couple months, 4 months or something like that. And I was blown away, which is basically a cable service, really. It's a streaming cable service. And the VODs were fantastic. So how it happens is they give you unlimited DVR space, which is cool. And you literally search a movie, you add it to your library, and then whenever that runs on TV or it streams, it records it. And then you can just fast forward through all the commercials and watch it. It's almost like Netflix in a way. But you can fast forward through all the commercials, so it's basically commercial free. It is, plus it has all the live channels you would ever want. It is probably one of the best iterations of it. Netflix is great, but it does miss like the local sports channels, the local news channels, the national channels where you get to watch like big things live. I do prefer it to something like Netflix. Granted, it's more expensive, obviously. But yeah, it was one of those things where I was like, this seems to be like a happy medium. It's like cable, but it's also like a streaming service in a way. But yeah, I just unless you sign up for like Disney Plus for like a month, watch the show you want to watch, just binge it, and then cancel. And then the next month sign up for another thing that you want to watch and then cancel. So you're never having more than one subscription at a time. And you just focus solely on, all right, I'm going to watch everything I want to watch from this streaming service this month and then cancel. All right, this streaming service I'm going to do this month, and I'm going to watch everything I could possibly can that I want to from this streaming service and then cancel. I think that's the only way to probably do it. It's very annoying having to go through all that process, but I think that's the only way to not do like month to month multiple streaming services. That's too much work for me. I know. It's so much work. Oh, gosh. That is way too much work. But that's the only way I've been able to think about it. Like, all right, I don't want to have like 80 different subscriptions per month because I'm not going to use all of them. But wow, yeah, that's a lot. YouTube TV has kind of a cool feature where it allows you to pause your subscription for multiple months. I think it's like 6 months that you can just pause the payment on and you don't get any access to it. But when you unpause it, you can get all your DVR stuff back. Obviously, I didn't do that because there's a larger gap in between the football season, and that's the only reason I got it. But I was watching as many videos as I could. Like, I watched through the entire Harry Potter series. Like, I recorded all of them. Trying to get my money's worth, I guess you could say. That was an excellent edit. Siblings are very important. If you have them, cherish them. If your relationship is strained with a sibling, work it out. Whether you have to apologize or you're waiting for an apology from them, it is worth waiting it out. Because they're always going to be with you. And when they go, hey, it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful. Especially when your parents get older and pass away. They're all you got left, unless you have your own family. But even then, they're your only connection to the past, which is interesting. They're basically a connection to your childhood. That's how I always think about it. Well, I believe that's it, folks. Thursday is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed it. I shall see you all on Monday. You can join me. Let's go ahead and change that. You can join me on Saturday for the gaming stream, 1 p.m. Central. I'll probably do a quick Fortnite start and then end with Batman Arkham Knight. I'm trying to finish that game. It's been a while. I've been trying to beat it. I just keep getting interrupted with it. So it's one of those games that I put down, I pick up, and I put down for like a week, and I pick up. So I'll try to figure it out. I got stuck at the end there on that last stream. It was embarrassing for sure. So you can laugh at me a little bit as I struggle through that game. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. ToddReacts.com. You can become a member and request your own videos, and we'll watch it live on the channel. I don't know when this is going to get out on YouTube, probably in a couple hours after it processes, which is just annoying, but that's YouTube. It's got to condense the file quite a bit. Merch, winter collection's available right now. The summer collection is coming. I got to start working on that, but the winter collection's available right now. This is the long sleeve tee. We got a heavyweight hoodie, a beanie, sweatpants, sweatshirt, denim jacket, all in a variety of colors to fit your style. And thanks so much for hanging out. Rin, I'll see you on Saturday. Everybody else, I'll see you on Saturday. And if you don't want to be there on Saturday, I'll see you on Monday. How about that? Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Take care. See ya.